So Instagram loves to confuse us, and especially when it comes to hashtags and how to use them. For a long time, their advice was to use all 30 because they give you 30 to use. And then somehow it randomly changed to 3 to 5. And then there's some people out there saying that there's no point to use them because they don't do anything. Well, we want to end the confusion for you once and for all. And as the hashtag experts, we have the most experience and data to give you the best information to dictate how you use hashtags on Instagram. So today, in this very video, we will be answering the age-old question, how many hashtags should I use and how should you find those hashtags? Let's get into it. So this whole confusion really started when the creator's account directly from Instagram released a post not that long ago saying to use 3 to 5 hashtags. That made everyone so confused. People panicked. They rushed the streets because they just didn't know what to do anymore and they were confused. But to clear your confusion, it's really important to understand why they said to do that. For one, they really want people to use relevant hashtags. It makes their job so much easier to get content in front of the right people. 2, they wanted people to stop spamming irrelevant hashtags. And by cutting it down to 3 to 5, it makes it really hard to do that because there just isn't the real estate for it. So that's why they did it. They basically made it foolproof for people to use very specific hashtags. But since you can rank on all 30, why wouldn't you do that when you can find 30 relevant hashtags? And based on our users and all the data that we collect, we consistently still see that those that are using more relevant hashtags across their content experience the best results from hashtags. More reach, more impressions, more followers, all from the use of hashtags. And people are still seeing crazy results from the use of hashtags. But to do that, you need a strategy that you can do consistently to make this happen for you. And here are 3 tips to easily put your hashtag strategy together. 1, relevant tags. I've said that 100 times at this point, but I'm going to say it 101 times because it is so important. Relevancy dictates everything when it comes to hashtags, and it only makes sense. There's 2 things that dictates ranking on a hashtag. First, Instagram uses AI to see what's actually in the content, like the physical picture or video, to see what it is. And then they also scrape through the caption and the tags to determine what the video is. So if you use an irrelevant hashtag on a piece of content, even if they were to give you a chance to rank it there, the feedback they will then receive from people seeing that content with that irrelevant hashtag is going to be so poor that you will never stay or rank there. Plus, you're making it so much harder for them because you're confusing them with irrelevant hashtags. So relevancy all the time, please. Relevant, relevant, relevant. Please. But the second tip for putting your strategy together is that you can still get clever with using relevant hashtags. And here are some things that you can think about to expand the tags that you can use that still makes it relevant to each piece of content. And I actually forgot to mention that in the previous tip. Relevant to each specific piece of content, not just the kind of content you post, but each individual post, all the tags you're using on it should be 100% specific and relevant to that piece of content. That's where a lot of people go wrong. But you can get creative by looking for and finding relevant tags based on locations of your content, brands, interests, and anything else really related to that piece of content. I always think like this. What is a hashtag or a keyword that I could attach to this piece of content that I know if someone found it through that keyword, they'd be happy that they did because it's what they were looking for. That helps me out so much with research. Which brings me to my third tip, which is to use a hashtag finder. Most people's biggest complaint when it comes to hashtags is that it just takes too much time to find the right tags. That's where we come in. We here at Flick are the hashtag experts, and we are famous for our hashtag research tool. It is the easiest way to find custom tailored hashtags that are very specific to your account and ones that are far more likely to bring you success given the size of your account and the kind of engagement that you receive on your content. And if you haven't tried our hashtag research tool yet, I highly recommend it. And you can access a free week trial using the link in the description box down below. It'll make finding the right hashtags so much easier, and you'll start to see the results that you can get from using the right tags in a strategic way. Which brings me to the final tip of a hashtag strategy is to avoid using tags that you shouldn't be using, because using the wrong tags can actually hurt you, not just from getting no results from them being irrelevant, but there are also things called banned or flagged hashtags that if you use them on your content, you will be penalized. But luckily for you, our hashtag research tool also has a hashtag audit tool built in that will audit all of your selected tags to make sure that none of them are banned or flagged, so that you'll be in the clear every single time. So we got you covered. But here are 3 quick tips to avoid using the wrong tags. First of all, avoid using only super competitive hashtags. If it's super competitive, the chances of you ranking goes down, obviously with more competition. But that's not to say that you shouldn't use competitive tags overall. You definitely want them as part of your strategy because they have a high potential payoff. And Instagram recently changed the hashtag ranking system to prioritize recent content. Whereas it previously used to be strictly based off engagement, which is really just a fancy way of saying small accounts now have a higher chance of ranking on competitive tags, but you do want to avoid using strictly competitive tags. That's tip number 1. 2, I'm going to say the opposite of the thing I've said 100 times. Avoid using irrelevant tags. Again, we're going to say that word, relevancy, relevant. We We need it. And the third tip to avoid using the wrong tags is to not use the same group of tags over and over again. Because as you now know, relevancy is specific to each individual piece of content. So naturally, with you posting different kinds of content, if you try to use the same tags over and over again because you had results once, the chances of all those tags being super relevant to every piece of content you post afterwards is almost zero. So you want to make sure to customize your group of tags for each piece of content to get the most results possible, keeping relevancy in mind for each piece of content. That's where so many people go wrong. They get success with one group of tags and they spam that bad boy across all of their other content. That won't bring you results consistently. You want this tailored approach. And with the hashtag research tool, it makes finding the right tags and then saving them into collections substantially easier. So yes, you should be using hashtags on Instagram. We recommend using 30 hashtags whenever you can find 30 relevant hashtags for that content, but never sacrifice relevancy trying to get to that 30 number. And once again, shameless plug, the easiest way to find those hashtags is through our hashtag research tool, which you can try completely for free using the link down below. So go ahead and use that link, try out the tool, and let me know how you like it. And if you do need some help walking through how to use that tool most effectively, this video is an entire breakdown of how to use that tool to consistently find the right tags to bring you more performance. And I also walk through our other tools, which you'll have access to as well. So go ahead and click this. I'll help you out even more over there and we'll keep chopping it up. So I'll see you there. Click this now and I'll see you on IG. Peace.